Yes, my dear souls, I am pleased to be among you all. And that when I look at myself, I don't feel good. I am feeling useless. But when I look at you, I feel myself useful and good, because you are useful and you are good. That the rose plant has to prepare the flowers, and then it is really valuable. So Master is not come over here for showing his body to the world or to enjoy something of this world. He is always sitting on fires. But when the fruit is there, that so many people are taken out of the fire, and that so many people have been saved from this eternal imprisonment or cruel sufferings. You cannot imagine how much cruelty is there from the negative power upon us. That if a person is kept in the fire, burning, like a steel rod, it will not burn, it will not finish, but it will keep suffering. Similarly, the process of the negative power, that in this world, if we are really very much disturbed, very much in pains and sufferings, and these become bearable, then we kill ourselves, and it is finished. In this world, there is such like arrangement. And even if you do not commit suicide, there is a such like arrangement that just after some time, maybe minutes, after some hours, after some days, the things change. Because the change here is very quick. If somebody is having an idea of committing suicide just now and very strong, if there is a chance that person is not committing suicide, for 10 minutes more, you will find he will not commit suicide. Because in 10 minutes there is a change, and that strong idea of committing suicide will go away, and some other idea will replace it. The days are quickly following by the night, and night is also not staying. It is also quickly followed by the day. Suffering comes and goes away, and we are smiling also. And when we are smiling, the suffering again comes in. So sometimes there is enemy, sometimes there is friend, sometimes there is summer season, sometimes there is winter season. The changes are the quick changes. And that we do not really suffer because it is not for long times. But when this physical body is taken away from us and we are left in our astral body, that is really very horrible, because our astral body is indestructible. It cannot be burnt, it cannot be cut, it cannot be finished. Because as long as our karma is not finished, it is to be there, because this astral body is only meant, or mainly meant, we can say, for going through our karmic debts, for good karmas or even for bad karmas. But you should come to know that there is no good karma, never. It is always less bad karma or much bad karma, which we call good karma, that is less bad karma. And bad karma is really, and also there is no heaven, which are there told to you generally also at the time of initiation, that the first region is made of these two portions. Upper part is the heaven, and lower part is the hells. So it is only that the first plane has been divided into two parts. That the lowest part is the worst, and highest part is the best out of the situation over there. But it is only a division in two parts. That lower is more hell, worst hell, upper is the less hell, little more easy hell. But it is only hell. So negative power has created such like charm for us, that there is purpose of life. What is purpose of life? Don't go to hells. Don't go to do some bad karmas. Do some good karmas. You have to enjoy the heavens. That heavens have been given some kind of attraction. That you will find heavens. Two things have been made then. That the mind of man may be kept in a delusion that there is something better than, and you should work for that. But where is our heaven? Our heaven is in fifth plane, where only as soul we can go. If we compare the situation in this realms, if we are now comparing the best thing, king of a palace, and the best situations of the palace of a king, and you compare it to the lateral system of the Brahmand, it will be much better. That disposal system or lateral system will be much better than the best thing of this world. And if we compare the best thing of the Brahmand, second plane, to the Par Brahmand, the third region, then it will also be looking like that it should be much horrible, much less ugly than the lateral system or disposal system of the third region. That what is best of the second, that is worst, even less than worst of the third. And when we compare the best of the third to the Sachkhand, the abode of God, the fifth plane, it also looks like that there is no comparison. Then if you directly feel like comparing this earth to the abode of God, the fifth plane, then really there cannot be any comparison. It is such a great difference is there. Then what is the charm of the hells or heavens, and what the charm of anything of this world? Maybe be kings, maybe be any great emperors, there is nothing. Because it is totally changed. That if you make a man or a woman out of the earth, dust, will it be more valuable than if you find just only a little block of gold? It is nothing. It is only just a block of gold. Which will be better? Which will be acceptable to you? You will like this block of gold, although it has no shape, no construction. But anything which is best constructed, but it is out of mud of this earth, and there is nothing. You might have toiled on it hard and hard, days and days, years and years, but there is nothing. Because it is still from earth, it is still from the dust of this earth. And best thing made out of the dust of this earth will at last will remain earth. But what is gold? Let it be only gold. It is gold. So if there is something best of this world, and just compare with the kingdom of God. Kingdom of God is like something as we can compare the dust and gold. It is much more, much higher, much beautiful, much more valuable, just as it is. It may not be worked upon. It is such a wonderful, that the man has been deluded by the negative power in such a way that so many things are made over here. This is better, this is better, this is better, that is better. and that may or may not be better. A woman finds a husband today and finds it is nice, it is wonderful. After some time, maybe 1 or 2 years, then she finds he is not a good person. I had done something wrong. And then she changes to another husband and feels that he is better than the previous one. And then after 2-3 months, then she again finds the same trouble. And then she feels like, I should choose some better one. And perhaps she may find some better one, but after some time, the same process will be there. Because everyone here is a mind, having a mind. And that a mind is always changing so quickly. And that you cannot depend upon your own mind also, your own situation, and how you can believe another person, a person who is now very loving to you and very much feeling like serving you, helping you, just the next moment will change, and he will totally be indifferent or just disturbing to you. And you cannot help it. This is the situation of this world, that we cannot believe, we cannot depend, we cannot feel. If you are to have a companion, otherwise don't have a companion. This God has told us that in this world you are not to have any company or any companion, any relative, any friend for you. I am your friend, I am your relative, I am believable, I am dependable, and you can come to me and you can take your peace in me. I am the peace for you, I am the happiness for you, I am permanent, never will forsake you, never will neglect you, but I will keep you in my heart. You may be changing, but I will not change. You may like me, but I will not dislike you. Or you may feel like leaving me, and you may leave me, but I will not leave you. I will never leave thee, forsake thee till the end of the world. That is the commitment of the Master, because he is acting God here in this world. So he is there for any relation, for any friendship, for any help. And he said, don't go to anybody else in this world. They will all torture you, and they will use you, they will eat you. They will wear you like a shoe. And as long as you are a good shoe, other one will keep you. If you are little of trouble, they will throw you away. They are only using you. They are not having any relation or love or feeling like any connection to you. It is only selfish, because all our minds and mind has got no understanding and no feeling. And is it not that all the people of the world are only minds? And therefore they have got no understanding, no feeling. Only if you give some food to the animals, they will love you. If you don't give anything to them, then they will dislike you. So there is no relation really in this world to anybody. And therefore Master says, you need a relation, because you are soul also. Although you are mind, but there is soul also in you. And soul is from God, and therefore it has got all those qualities which God has got. And what is the quality of God? Love. The first quality of God is love, and love is God. And when we dwell in love, we dwell in God and God in us. And what is the quality of criterion of love? That love is only feel like to be loving to somebody, to somebody, and also feels like to be loved by somebody. This is the necessity or requirement of love, and that of soul, and also that of God. This is the reason that we feel like connected with somebody, and that we may love, and somebody should be there who should accept our love, at least, who should not reject our love. This is then the difficulty, that when we love somebody, for some time there is some loving relation, but after some time mind comes up and it is stronger than the love of the soul, and then it cuts the loving relation and says, I am here, I hate you, and despite you, I go away from you, I will kick you, I will kill you. And then our love, the small soul, is really injured, really troubled, and it is in very horrible condition. And there is no remedy for it. Therefore the Master says, come to me, and I am for you. I love you, and you can love me, and my love is there. So much that you will be just lost in my love, as a fish is lost in water. It goes this way and this way, like the Pacific Ocean, that there is no end to that great ocean, and the fish is to go on, living in it, but will not find any dry place ever. Only ocean and ocean. In the same way, the soul, like a fish, will enjoy in that great ocean of love, light, life, love, and love. Only love. Nothing else. Nothing second thing. And the soul is also love, and love is mixed up in love, and they become one love, not two agencies, but become one agency. This is this way in which you can live. And then he makes you so strong also in his love. He feeds your love with his great powerhouse. And then you are so strong in this world that if you love somebody, the other one will have to accept your love, cannot reject your love, because the hatred of mind which is working in the other one will be weaker, and your love will be more strong, and that you will be able to drag that person towards you, and that person cannot go away from you. This is the way of love of the masters. Masters also love, but their love is never rejectable. Their love is always working. Sometimes the people go away, they leave, but Master is not disturbed. He knows that one physical body can go away from the other physical body, but my love is not at physical level, not at mental level, it is at the level of soul. I have taken my seat in that person's soul. He cannot take me out of his soul, out of his heart. I am very reside in his heart. My dear, this is the love of the Master, that just by a glance, maybe for 1 second or 2 seconds, the Master and that man would have looked to each other. But in this little moment, the Master's love just entered into the soul and heart of that person and took seat over there, and it was permanent, never to fade away, never to be lost. And it is not available in this world. In this world, if we meet somebody, we are friends, but if we meet again after 20 years or 25 years, we do not recognize each other. We may be sitting together, but we do not feel any connection with each other because these are fadable, because everything is changing. The matter has definition that matter is always changing. So what is made of matter is also changing. Body is made of matter. Mind is also made of matter. And intellect is also made of matter. Although it is subtle matter. This is gross matter. And in the higher regions, astral and causal regions, there is also matter but subtle. But it has still the same property. We change very quickly in physical body, but we also change with a longer time at astral and also at causal. But we are permanent as soul and at God, and that is why the soul has not been affected by this any negativity of this world. That negative power, the devil, the evil, cannot touch the soul. Soul will remain untouched because it is permanent. It cannot be changed. And it will at last will find its origin from where it has come out, and then it will go into that and then will relax. Otherwise it is there that it will not find peace. It will not accept that condition, but it will not find peace. As if you are unluckily put into the horse stable, and that you are also given the same food which is for horse. You cannot accept that food. And even in days or months, you cannot change yourself that your food is acceptable, that horse food is acceptable to you. And you will suffer and suffer, suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer, because you need your food, your lifestyle, not the lifestyle of a horse you can accept. And that at some time when there is any possibility that the style of your own life is available, you at once will rush to that place and you will feel peace, you will feel happy, and you will feel adjusted. In the same way, our soul is from God, and it has been given the lifestyle which is that of God. And it was enjoying with God that lifestyle 100%. But when it was separated from God, as we are now in the human body, we are separated from God. We are suffering and suffering, suffering and suffering. We had been suffering. And if we are not now connected to our God power, we will still go on suffering further also, till there is any time that we again find our own lifestyle, which is God, that we will keep suffering, and our suffering will end at once. And only at that time, when our soul will find our God, and it will so find its own self and our own lifestyle, and that we will relax. So now what we feel like relaxing anywhere, finding some good food of this earth, finding some good friends, finding some good house, finding some good job, or some good body, there is nothing in it. It cannot accommodate. Your mind may be feeling like for some time adjusted, but your soul will never look at it, never will accept it, and will remain suffering, like a child which is taken out of the lap of the mother. It is crying and crying and crying and crying. It is sad and sad because it wants the loving lap of the mother, where it can relax, where it can enjoy, and it can accept it. And that is not available, it will go on only suffering. It may be put in jewels, diamonds, gold, or anywhere in a kingdom, but it will not accept anything because it is to be adjusted in the holy, in the loving lap of the mother. Similar is the case of the soul, that it wants nothing of this world. Everything is fire, burning for it. Maybe king of the whole of the world, that will not also be of any consolation to the soul. But your soul is only to be consoled. Body may be lying anywhere. As Lord Christ had no home. He was just wandering here and there, here and there. But still he was enjoying. He did not like to have a house, to have a family, to have something else in this world. Even if some kingdom would have been offered to him, he would not have accepted it because it was not something to be acceptable by him. Because he was only connected with the kingdom of God. He was relating, he had found it. And he was adjusted in it and he was feeling okay. And nothing in this world was then his subject. And therefore he was only to be in his kingdom. Similarly will be your case. In that now in this world you are running after the worldly objects because you feel perhaps here there will be some peace, here there will be some peace. As you can take the example of a lost child, and that the child has known that her mother was wearing some red cloth upon her. And she finds a woman with a red cloth and he runs to that woman. That this is my mother, I have found the mother. But he has not found the mother, he has only found the red cloth, which attracted with some hope. But when he went and looked at his face, it was some ugly face, and he had to run back. She will eat me, she will not accept me, she is some devil. I have to find my mother. Then he finds another woman with some red clothes and runs with hope that there is my mother. But when he goes, it is only red cloth, there is no mother in it. And he goes to thousands of such like women who have red clothes, but only red clothes, no mother. This is our condition, that we go to this person, to that person, to this person, to that person. That it is some good body, it is some good person. It looks like that I will be peaceful, I will be having something. But we find the only body, and in this body horrible minds, but cannot find love, cannot find one's own self, because that person is not soul. So it is a proverb in India, or some kind of law which has been given by the masters in India, that don't accept anybody as your relative, as your friend, if that person is not connected with God. And at the time of marriage, when the people marry their boys or girls, first they have to see that if the other one has been initiated by a master or not. And if one has been initiated and has found God, then the marriage is to occur. It was a little more strongly working in the past days, past times. But now the things have gone out of order and nobody feels like, because there is nothing like that now. But it was a criterion that you are only to choose a friend who has found God, who is having God, because any person who is not having God, who has not having master and has not developed his relation with the master, cannot be useful for you, can only be a source of torture whole of the life, of the life, and you will feeling better away from that person. That if you are to find a friend, and that is not a friend that deals with you like an enemy, it is better to live without the friend and not to be tortured as if we are tortured by an enemy. So we find here some people as friends, but they are not friends. Even our parents are not useful for us, or comfortable for us, or peaceful for us. They will also torture us. They had been, and they are, and they will be torturing us. If there is someone on whom we can believe as my friend, that is Master, because he is soul and he is God, and you are soul, and there is a definite connection, there is a definite relation, permanent one and complete one, because he is competent for everything, to take care of your body, your mind, your relatives, your friends, your family, and soul is already there. There is no difficulty. But he will take care of even your goat or your cow. The people take me to their houses. Please bless my hen, bless our cow. Okay, these are also blessed. And bless my sleeping bag. So I bless their sleeping bag also, because the Master has got this power to take out jewels out of the dust of this earth. He can make anything. He can make everything out of anything. Out of the dirt, he can make just flowers. Because there is power in him. It is not something unnatural. You see that all the things of this world are different, but made from one substance. In science it is called electrons and protons. Any molecule or any atom is made of some electrons and protons. And that it is only adjustment, that if there is only one electron with a proton, it is hydrogen. If there are two electrons with a proton, then it becomes oxygen. In this way, with the adjustment of more or less electrons with the proton, there can be gold, there can be silver, so there can be anything. So this is how the matter can be dealt with. See, the scientists only know about it, they cannot change it. But the Master Power has power to do everything. So they can create mountains of gold, mountains of silver. But why don't they make it? Because it is dangerous. Because gold and silver has poisoned our minds. So they give you all God, that they awaken soul in you and develop it, and then you do not see matter anywhere. You see God everywhere. In every person you see God. Even in lions, in snakes, you will see God, and that they will begin to work as God. They will begin to work as God. As Guru Nanak in his history, you would have read that he was sleeping under a shady tree, but after a little time the sun was shifting and his face was in the sun, and then there was a snake somewhere like nearby. He came and gave shade with his head on the face of this God man, Guru Nanak. And that in the history of the masters you will find that there was another saint also, his name was Namdev, that he was sent by some of his people who were jealous with him to bring water from a well which was in a graveyard. And there were devils. And there was a very, very big devil, very, very dangerous devil. And anybody who was going into that well in the night was certainly killed. And they sent this man to that well only for this purpose, that he will go and will be killed and will be disposed of and we will be free of his something hard situation he has created for us. And that man went to that well, that saintly person, and that devil came out. And he looked at, oh my God, you are such a wonderful figure. You are so lovely, you are so big one, and I am proud of you. You have come to me, I love you, I need you. Please accept me. I had been searching for you since long. And then God started speaking, oh my dear, you find me also in such horrible, ugly ones also. He had told that outwardly your body is like this, but my lovely one, my beloved one, my wonderful God is there in everything, and I have penetrating vision. And the people have got only to see with their eyes, outer eyes. They cannot see you as God, they only see you as a devil. But I see also God behind this curtain, through this curtain. And how I can be deceived? How can I be cheated? How can I be kept ignorant? I will find you, I will search out you, you cannot hide yourself. And then that devil accepted, loved, and took water himself from the well and gave it to that man. Go and tell those devils that you have been served by me. They were thinking that you will be killed by me. But you are served by me, and I will keep you serving. And those people were also then little feeling like understanding that there is something. So in this world, if you fall in love with God or with the God-man, the Master, then all the existence of the world will be at your feet, at your disposal, and you will be able to enjoy the world. Because this world is very complicated, no doubt. If you look through the outer eyes or deal with the physical body, it is very complicated, very complicated. You cannot adjust yourself. It is so horrible. But when you look and begin to dwell with your soul in it, along with God, then it is really godly. It is the same best as the fifth plane or even the eighth plane that you will be able to enjoy after reaching the earth over there. But now here you will enjoy as long as you are here. So why not to enjoy now which is enjoyable, which we can have and which we will have. And without it, it is only devils. Only devils. Some good looking devils and some ugly devils. This is only the difference. That some are lions. They look like lions. But there are some who are in the sheep's clothing, but they are ravening wolves. They are more dangerous lions, who are not looking like lions, but having the sheep's clothing. In this way, there are some people who look like in a very good mood, in very good loving relation to us, but they are the worst. As Lord Krishna has also been saying that if there are your enemies, it must be your own family members who love you very much and who love you also very much. And that my master also used to say that if there is anybody most dangerous to you, It is that one whom you love very much and who loves you very much. That is the most dangerous one. Please beware of that. If somebody feels loving to you and begins to love you, then feel like that I will be now eaten up by a lion. I will be in great difficulty. I should run from that person because there is a great devil behind that love. That the fisherman, when is after a fish, it puts some very good food around the hook and then throws it. And the fish is waiting for that my friend has thrown some good food. That my friend has sent me some good food. And she goes very in a thanking mood to that person to swallow up that food. But when she is swallowed up, then it is fixed in her neck, and then she comes to know if it is a friend or what it is really. This is the love of the world which has been created by the negative power. Because all this what is here, love or hatred, it is all from negative power, because it is only from mind and intellect. The love of God is only through the soul, and that you have been awakened as soul. So that is why it has been stressed very strongly. Please develop your soul. Please develop your soul, not your minds. Minds are horrible. So don't feed your minds. Feed only your hearts. As you say that we should not develop our heads. We should develop our hearts. So don't develop your minds, but develop your soul with the meditations. Go on meditation day and night, day and night, day and night, so that you are finding your life. Otherwise we are destroying ourselves and nobody can help us. If you are jumping into a well of fire, who is there to help you? You are to help yourself. You are to see what is there, and you are to come back from that well of fires and go to your home where you have your friend, where you have love, where you have sympathy for you. So you are to help yourself. Master is to guide you, to tell you, and you are to follow him, you are to accept him, and he will go on guiding you, go on helping you, go on guiding you, helping you, till you have completed your journey and you have reached your Father, you are in his lap and you are in your home and you are to enjoy over there for eternity. Don't suffer and don't collect sufferings while living in this world. This world has both sides. As in Vedas it has been told that this world is like a tree. It has two branches, main branches. On those two main branches there are two golden birds sitting. And that one bird is just jumping here and there, and trying to find something to eat, something to live upon. But sometimes he finds, sometimes doesn't find, but is always worried, always jumping here and there, and just suffering, but just is also living. Cannot die also because he finds at least something to live upon, but not really comfortably, peacefully, or not to satisfaction. But the other bird is also there on the other branch, and it is just with its closed eyes and enjoying that great flow of the elixir from inside. And it is to all satisfied, all peaceful, and finding the best and everything, and that it is totally enjoying. This is the explanation of this world, and that the Vedas have given to us, that don't keep your eyes open, don't try to look outside, don't try to find something in the outside world that it may satisfy you, it may bless you, it may be helpful to you. Close your eyes, don't look to anything outside, and just try to look with your eyes of the soul inside, and you will find your friend with everything, and you will enjoy over there, and you will relax, and you are not to struggle anymore, but you will enjoy for eternity. This is the explanation which has been given in all the scriptures. And this is, my dear, is verified by me at least, and you would have also verified to some extent, and that you may try to be benefited by the experience of somebody, and that it may be then your own experience, and you will be able to understand this reality, and then make other people also understand it. And then you will be worthy children of your worthy Father God. Enjoy, my dear, enjoy, but enjoy where there is enjoyment. If you want to enjoy and go to some fire, it will burn you, it will not give you any enjoyment or peace. If you are only confronted with the evil, the devil, and you are living only in this valley of death, where evil is ruling with sufferings, what you will find from his home? If you go to the house of a lion, you will only find bones of the previous these animals who had been eaten by him, and you will also be then waiting only for being eaten up by that lion. This world is a world of evil, of negative power, valley of death. What you will find out of it? What you have found after today, and what you will? But we are not considerate, we have no understanding. But Master says that this is not your place is in me only. I am here, come to me, O ye the weary and heavy laden. I will give you peace, I will give you rest, I will give you everything which you could not and will not find from this world. Don't try it anymore. So many had tried and they could not find. And if they could not find, how can you find? And if anybody has tried to find peace and life from here, all could find and all will find, and you can also be one of them who will find. But seek at right place, at proper place. Don't go to some place where it is opposite. So Master will guide you, and you are to accept him, and then you will find, and then you will be satisfied also that what Master has given us, told us, and he is now only friend, only helper, and only person whom we can say that he belongs to us, he loves us, and we also feel loving to him. As I also feel the love of your hearts, that your hearts are just radiating, are full of love for me, and you have forgotten everything of this world, all your comforts and all everything of this world, and your hearts are just now with the Master, because there is something they find in this comparison. In two things which are there in your front, you are choosing out of those two one, which is better. So now you have chosen Master, his love, his blessings, his relation, and his life, and that is better. That is better. Your mind has accepted it, believed it, or just automatically, because there is something strong power of love of Master radiating, and that your minds cannot obstruct reaching the soul, and soul have received it, and it is now enjoying and will enjoy for eternity, for eternity. So you have found the reality, my dear. I am very much pleased to say, and I am happy that although Master is always suffering, because he has to take care of the big family. Sometimes you are worried about your family. If you have a mother has got 2 children or 3 children, that is hard job. But if another child comes, you don't feel like having more children. But Master is never satisfied with 1 million children or 2 million children. He finds that all should be in my lap. Whole of the world. There should not be even one out of the 5 billion population who should be outside somewhere of my lap. But his heart is so big, so big, so big, that the aeroplane is just empty, like all the seats are vacant. So you can take seat in his heart. If you have no house, no property, then go to the Master. He is your house. He will accommodate you. In India, I had made such like arrangements, and I have declared also that anybody who has nothing in this world and they feel difficulty, come to me. I will give you food, I will give you lodging, I will give you all other facilities, whatever are needed. Only you are to meditate for about 8 hours daily. A little physical seva may be also there. But I will be responsible for all of you. Here also, yesterday I was talking to some persons that I want that here also there should be some arrangements made that any person who may like to come over there, all free, we should accommodate, and food, lodging, and anything what is needed, that should be all free for those persons. Such like places may be arranged over here. And then I was a little given some hard thing also, that you say that your countries are very rich, India is very poor, but I will prove that India is not poor, it is very rich, that if you go to India and you have no money with you, you will find some place to live and you will find some food also to have. There are such like institutions even now where you can stay for 1 or 2 days or 3 days, just free of cost and free food. There was a son of an initiate who was living in South India. The boy was a little lazy, and then his father was very much scolding him that, my dear boy, you are totally useless, you are doing nothing, and you have spoiled your life, and you will die of hunger, you will not find food. This will be your condition. And at that point, the boy addressed his father, no, my dear father, don't worry about it. At least my master has the house and there is a free langar, free kitchen, and food will be there. I will not die at least of hunger. Even if I do not do anything, I am useless totally, I am not fit for earning any money, but I will not die of hunger because there is some place where I can go and find place. That we may be able to say like that, feel like that in this world, if there is nothing we have got, there is something where I can live, where I can eat, where I can go along comfortably. I am not really left to die, that nothing will be available. So such like places are to be there in every country, although it should be there in every village, in every city. In the olden days, in a golden age, as it is written in scriptures, it is recorded that everybody's house was a common house. Everybody's house was an ashram, like that anybody who has to take food can come and share with the family and can stay the night, 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, a week or 2, and may meditate. And because everybody was meditating, there was no worldly minded person in the golden age. And that they were sharing meditation, they were sharing food, they were sharing other comforts and also some services. So everybody's house was just a common kitchen and a common living place, and everybody was our own family member, and everybody was enjoying. There was no need of any restaurants, no need of any these hotels. Everybody was to be accommodated nicely like a family member in our love. Money was not needed. There was no money needed at that time, that you should have some money in your pocket. Go without money and you will be served and loved everywhere. This should be the criterion of our life. It cannot be. It is there, it can be. Even now in India, this is there, that in each village there is one common place, even now. And that any traveler or any other one who feels like staying the night, there is bedding, there is arrangement, there is food. I know when I was working in my job, on survey work, then we were a party of 2-3 persons. We went to some remote places, and there it was meal time, and we were hungry. And where from to take food? There was, because in those countries there are no hotels, etc. You cannot arrange with money. So we went to that common place and asked that person who was attendant over there that we want some food. We told, all right, take your seats. And he gave us some plates and gave us the food, although it was simple. But there was food, and it was plenty for our needs, and we could feel satisfied. This is the life. How life becomes very easy, very simple. Wherever you are homely. If you are to stay in the night, you will be given some necessity, clothes and bedding also. And if there is food time, you will find food also. And with love. Then what is there? You need more. This may or may not be available in your family, but if this is available everywhere, it is possible. It is going on. Even now. Why not in these countries? Because we have developed heads, not our hearts, not love, but money. Money-minded. And this has made our hearts stones, hard stones. But my dear, now you are to be like clouds only, shedding the love of God as the clouds shed water, drop by drop, drop by drop. And it cools down all this hot atmosphere. In the same way, you are to be suppliers of love of God, peace of God, and blessings of God to everybody. As some people bring some eatable to me, make it prasad. It is there, it works. That when a master looks at something, it is charged with his godly peace and godly powers. And you have also the same with you. But if you develop your soul in love of God, and that if somebody is just devilish, that will also be very hard. It will charge your food with devilish ideas. And when you will eat that food, then your mind will be horrible. That is the condition of the food which you take from restaurants or hotels. That it is charged with the charging of devils, because there is no one over there who is having love of the soul or God, but everyone is preparing food and serving the food without devilish ideas. And when you will begin to meditate, you will not be able to meditate. Your mind will go astray, and go astray. In India, the people are having this tradition that when they have prepared food, then they call me, please bless the food, because we are not able. Perhaps some of us might be devils, and we would have charged the food with our devilish radiations. Please purify it, bless it, that it is charged with the sweet and peaceful power of God. And when the people take food, they are really lifted up. They enjoy it. And it had been a tradition in India that if you have attended the satsang and seen the master, it is okay. But you must take food in this common kitchen of the master. Let it be one morsel, but have it, because it is blessed food. You are not to take it just to satisfy your hunger, but you are to take it to bless yourself with this food. And some people take some food to their houses also to give it to their children as prasad, because that blessed food is really blessing us and cleaning us of this negativity of this world. So you are all ambassadors of truth. You are myself, as I can say, as master is inside, master is not body. But still all this body, each part of the body is working as master, because master is radiating himself through all parts of his body. In the same way, you are also my parts. When the master has taken seat in you and you see the master inside, then your body is also the body of the master, not your body, not devil's body. Then you will be also be able to bless all your relatives, all your friends and all family members and all the people of the world, because the power of God, power of master will flow through you also to bless all this world. And then you will be really worthy, useful, and your life will be really a valuable life. Who is valuable? Who is useful for others and not for one's own self. A cow is useful when it is giving milk to you. When it is only eating food from you, you are not feeling happy that it is very much eating. Only you are happy that it will be giving us very much milk. So world will be happy when you will bless it, you will give it love, peace, and release it from the suffering, the problems, the worry, disease. They will be very happy, and they will love you, they will respect you, and they will accept you. Then your worth is raised up, then you are more valuable. So my dear, become like that, and you will be able to evaluate your life, and people will be benefited. Now all of you may please sit in meditations for some time.